beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. So if this is the first time that you're on my channel, I'm Vanessa and I, and welcome to the fam. So guys, I'm just like in a very wholesome, kind of calm, peaceful, tranquil mood today, and that is why I decided to create a yes or no reading. So I want you guys to approach this in a really chill manner. This is meant to be a fun reading, a very interactive reading. So I'm gonna keep things very lighthearted and light-spirited. So the 5 groups that you can choose from today are as follows. We have the orange calcite, we have the smoky quartz, we have the black obsidian, we have the red jasper, as well as the rose quartz. As usual, the timestamps to all the groups are in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section. Before I get into the readings, I just wanted to point out that if you found your reading insightful and helpful, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want to hang out with me some more across social media, do not forget to follow my Instagram. It's at Vanessa and I. So yeah, you guys, I want to keep the intro short and spend more time within the individual readings. So I'm going to be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the orange calcite, and to all my other groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the orange calcite, which is a stone that is highly rejuvenating, as well as one that just kind of infuses your day with more energy, which is maybe exactly what you need and why you ended up choosing this mineral in particular. But I want to move into your reading to figure out exactly whether we are answering your question with a yes or a no. So we have success as well as choose a new direction. So group number 1, it seems as though when it comes to the question that you're asking in this video, you have to choose a new direction. So the direction you're going down right now is a no. So it may not be an overall no to the answer of your question, but you have to make some adjustments, okay? You're not moving into the wrong place. You're not moving in a direction that is completely not for you. You just need to kind of readjust a little, okay? You just need to make sure that you get the right side path. So you're on the right main path. You need to make sure that you turn into the right side street, if you know what I mean. Then we have the shaman that just popped out of the cards. In the shaman, one thing that I see here is the fact that you have to use divine wisdom as well as spiritual power in order to really figure out whether this is a yes or a no for you. So we all have different kind of wants and needs in life, and often you come to a place of enlightenment as well as clarity when you tune into your spiritual side, when you tune into your divine wisdom. So don't be afraid to just ask the universe for a sign, okay? Say, universe, if I'm going down the wrong path, give me a sign. If I'm going down the right path, let me know, you know, just tell me in a way how I will definitely be able to comprehend. Then we have the Queen of Shells, we have love, as well as the wheel. So group number 1, you're kind of in luck, okay? I see that your decision, your yes or no question has a lot to do with trust and consulting people that you love, consulting people who are close to you is going to help you make the right choice for you and the right choice for your situation. So don't be afraid to ask them. In correlation to who you should ask, in the Queen of Shells, this is somebody like a motherly figure, okay? Somebody who is very nurturing, but will still keep it real. I mean, we all know how moms can be like kind of nurturing, but they won't lie to you. They'll keep it real, even if it hurts you and even if they know that you don't want to hear it. And in the wheel, I see here that you should be open to change and possibilities. So it seems as though you're being swept in a completely new direction, okay? Your question is not to be answered with a simple yes or no, group number 1. Your question is a little more complex. So it's not yet like a definitive yes or no. It's kind of like a readjustment in order to make sure that you're doing things the right way, okay? So reevaluate. We have leadership, we have a voyage, we have opportunity as well as blessings. So one thing that I see for you, group number 1, is that there are blessings coming your way either way. So whether you answer your question with a yes or with a no, I want you to know that there is goodness in your situation. Furthermore, I see in leadership that yes, consult in somebody who you're close to, consult in that no BS mother figure, but at the same time, don't be afraid to take the lead on the decision decision ultimately, okay? And by ultimately, I mean with this kind of divine intervention. If you feel as though you keep seeing the same number, like a constant 2:22 p.m. or 222, and you ask the universe for a sign and you feel as though that's a sign that the universe gave you, listen to it, okay? Just take the lead when you feel like this is undoubtedly right. Furthermore, one thing that I see here in Voyage and Opportunity is that just expanding your knowledge is going to give you more clarity in this instance in particular, and it has a lot to do with geographical voyage. So of course right now that is not possible, but one thing that you can do is tune into documentaries and shows, read books about different types of cultures, different types of traditions, and how people kind of figured out life, you know, before us. All the people who came before us who didn't have technology, what did they do? What signs did they listen to in order to make the right choice for them? And we have the situation will improve as well as it's up to you. So group number 1, clearly your reading is not a simple yes or no. There is a lot more that goes into your situation. And sometimes you need to come to terms with the fact that not every question can just be answered with yes or no. So it's completely up to you what route you go down, how you correct things, but I want you to know that just following that divine guidance, follow the signs and the situation will improve. Follow the signs and you will come to a point of more clarity. But right now you have to do a little bit more footwork to get to that yes or no kind of crossroads, because there's still a lot that needs to be adjusted in many different ways that isn't just a black or white situation. So don't feel like you have to confine yourself to either saying yes or no. Don't feel cornered, group number 1. Don't feel as though, you know, there aren't other possibilities that are out of, you know, the spectrum that you considered that exist, because sometimes we think there's only 2 different possibilities, 2 different ways to do things. Meanwhile, there's a plethora of different ways. So the universe is really trying to communicate to you to open up your vision a little more, to open up your horizon and consider other factors, other people, and other ways of approaching your question. So group number 1, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was insightful and that it gave you a little bit of peace of mind that you don't have to necessarily just make up your mind right now in this very moment, okay? There are many different factors that you can still take into consideration. So wherever you are in this world, group number 1, I hope that you're staying safe and having an amazing day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello group number 2 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Smoky Quartz group number 2, which is an excellent clearer of negativity and bad vibes. So if you feel like you've been having some of those around you recently, know that that may be why you felt drawn to this stone, but maybe you just also liked its appearance. Let's move into your reading to figure out if you have a yes or a no. So we have perfect timing and no. So group number 2, it's very clear that we're leaning towards a no. But at the same time, you have to wait for that perfect moment, okay? So it seems like there is an opening for this situation to be answered with a yes. But at the same time, you know, the main vibe, the main aura that we're getting here is a clear no as answer to your question. But know that yes, there is a little realm of time, a little space in which a yes would be appropriate, okay? So let's figure out a little bit more about this situation. We have trust, we have miracles, as well as healing chaos, okay? So we're going to kind of do this side, the little hint, the little piece in time, the little moment in time that could be a yes, and this side of your reading is going to be why it is a no mostly. So I'm going to start off with the little kind of piece in time that will show you that this is a yes. So I see here that when everything comes together, okay, in healing chaos and miracles, I see that when you feel like there is almost like a miraculous shift in energy in your life, that is when you can answer this question with a yes. Otherwise, you will have to go with a no. In your normal day-to-day, trust me, group number 2, this question should be answered with a no. It's a no for you. But I see that when you can undoubtedly trust, when you can basically bet your life on something, okay, when you have that much faith in it, because all the ducks are just lining up in a row. Everything is just making sense. That is the short frame of time in which you can answer this question with a yes. But you gotta be careful, okay? You gotta make sure that you're not just telling yourself that you're seeing things that aren't actually there, that you're not fabricating a story just to fit a yes because that is the answer that you prefer. And then we have the sun, we have the page of acorns, as well as the king of feathers. So group number 2, in the page of acorns, one thing that I see here is that there's far more in life that you shouldn't focus so much on the question that you asked for this reading. I see here in the sun that you're maybe kind of missing out on opportunities to be grateful because you're so focused on whether you should answer this situation, this question with a yes or a no, that you're missing out on a lot of things that are going on in your life right now, which is a shame. Group number 2, look around you, check your last messages on your phone. There are people who love you, people who care about you, and people who want to see more of you in their lives, okay? Furthermore, in the king of feathers, I see here that your career needs attention. Your career needs this time. I see that it is a no because you have to invest more time within your career, more time within your professional life, as well as building more stability, building more streams of revenue. You have to tune into your logical self. You know that there are things that need to be done before you start worrying about this. Maybe you're even watching this video because you're procrastinating. If that is you, leave a little lion emoji down below because group number 2, I feel you, okay? I've been there. So I completely get it, but at the same time, your guides are kind of urging you to focus on what's important and not focus, ooh, okay, the cards are speaking for themselves, and not focus so much on just trying to kind of get away from this situation and just answer it, okay? You cannot force this. You have to give it time. And then we have purification, we have the gateway, we have enlightenment, as well as adventures and happiness. So there's a lot coming for you, group number 2. And that is why this question is most likely to be answered with a no. There's a lot of enlightenment coming for you. There's happiness as well as adventures that will come with you answering this question with a no. So your guides kind of want you to pack up your things, move on. Okay, we have happiness here within your reading, which is a really important factor when it comes to your life, when it comes to your fulfillment. So know that saying no to this is most likely going to end up having you in the happiest place possible. I know my overhead camera is not picking up happiness, but let me just show you real quick what this card looks like. Okay, so furthermore, I want you to know in purification that saying no will also weed a few people out of your life who are not meant to be in your life and who are not quite, how should I say, who are not serving your highest good. And we have the situation will improve as well as recovery. So I want you to know here that saying yes to the situation in that short frame of time that we were talking about, when everything seems to miraculously align, I want you to know that you will come to a place where you feel as though you can recover, where you feel as though you can kind of just say to yourself, my intuition was right, because I realized that this was the only moment where a yes was appropriate. So I see here that you will end up with more trust in yourself as well as your intuition. But this can also backfire, group number 2. If you answer this question with a yes, if you move forward with a yes, knowing that it's maybe not the right decision, knowing that maybe you can't trust the signs 100% because maybe you're just kind of seeing these signs now because you want it to be a yes. You know, you're kind of pushing this picture together because you, deep down inside, you already have a preference for an answer. I want you to know that then you will feel as though your intuition has misled you if you told yourself that your intuition is saying that it's a yes when you know that actually it's just your feelings. It's not really your intuition. So be very careful not to mix up your feelings, your heart with your intuition, which is very raw kind of primal emotion that is just trying to guide you. It's just very raw instinct, okay? So try not to mix that up within your yes or no situation. But group number 2, overall, I get a stronger feel for a no with you, and that is just honestly what I see for you in the cards. So group number 2, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you found it insightful and that it gave you more clarity. So wherever you are in this world, group number 2, I hope you're having a fabulous day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Black Obsidian group number 3, which is a gorgeous gem that protects you against electromagnetic fields and just overall is a stone that kind of shields off any unwanted energies, especially from electronics. So you may need a break from electronics. That may be why you subconsciously felt drawn to this stone, but it could also just be that you liked its appearance. I mean, I know I'm a sucker for all black when I'm off camera, so I totally get you group number 3. But let's move into your reading to figure out whether we have a yes or a no for you. We have remain positive as well as helpful people first and foremost in your reading. So in remain positive, one thing that I see here is that you have to make sure that you don't give up on the situation. So sometimes we feel as though all hope is lost, and that kind of plays with our emotions, okay? That kind of makes us think that the answer is either a yes or a no, depending on where the hope has been lost. But I see in helpful people that there are people around you who can lighten up your mood, brighten up your day, that have nothing to do with this question that you're struggling to answer, but they can give you more clarity. Because whenever you're in a happy, good space, it's easier to just kind of be raw and real with yourself as to maybe why you have lost your positivity, why you have lost your hope, and why you feel a certain way about your life and the situations going on in your life, okay? So being around people who make you feel free, who make you feel heard, who make you feel like you matter, can have a very therapeutic effect. So if you've ever had, you know, one of those friends that you just feel like you can be yourself around, that accepts you regardless of how goofy or what kind of mood you're in, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hang out with them, group number 3. They're going to help your decision making. Then we have diligence as well as embracing. So I see here that it's important for you to remain fixated on the fact that you will embrace yourself no matter what, okay? So don't feel embarrassed about your choice, because sometimes we feel as though we're going to be judged based on the decisions that we make in life, which, yeah, we are going to be judged. I mean, let's keep it real here. Everybody judges everybody, subconsciously at least. You know, some people do it consciously and they do it because that is just what they want to do. And for us who are maybe trying to be less judgmental, we still subconsciously do it. There is no perfect person, okay? So it's important for you to know that that is going to happen regardless. So you might as well just embrace your choices and embrace who you are. Let go of any part of you that is afraid to disappoint friends, family, society, or seem weird, okay? Seem like the odd one out. It doesn't matter, because either way, people are gonna judge, but they're gonna judge you for 2 seconds and then move on to their own issues. Just think to yourself, group number 3, for how long do you really think about other people's decisions? Usually not that long. You might judge for like 2 minutes, but then you're moving on to other things that are more important in your life. So why give other people that much power when your choices don't even mean that much for their life, okay? But let's move further into your reading. Then we have illumination as well as flexibility. So there is some information that will come to light, group number 3, and it is going to change your decision from one moment to the next. So if your decision first was a yes or ends up being a yes from this reading, and know that in one instance it's going to change and become a no. So this information is vital. This information is going to present itself within the next little bit of time, okay? So I want you to know that this could be either, you know, a truth that somebody is finally setting free, something that, like a record that is finally being set straight by somebody. It could also be an extra piece of information that all of a sudden changes your entire thought process, okay? It could be a little bit of value, a little bit of knowledge. So you have to be flexible on the outcome, okay? You have to be able to jump from a yes to a no in an instant, or you are going to struggle struggle. It's important for you to know that it's okay for things to change from one moment to the next, especially if it's for the good. So one thing that, for instance, changed for me from one moment to the next when I acquired new knowledge, for instance, new knowledge on financial literacy and what it actually means to be financially smart, I realized, owning a house is not actually an asset because you're paying for it. Every month you're losing money, you're not making money. So if you own a house that you live in, it is actually a liability, right? But if you own a house that you're renting out, you're making money from it. So then it is an asset. So it really depends on how you see things. So from one moment to the next, things can change entirely. So that is just an example in order to show you how your thinking can change in an instance, but it doesn't have to be a big deal. You can just know, like, okay, I acquired new knowledge. I am wiser than I was a few days ago, a few hours ago. So let me use this to my advantage. Then we have the sun. We have the Three of Shells, we have the Star, as well as the Hanged Man. Okay, so group number 3, we have very favorable cards here, okay? And the Sun is a card that just screams yes. And, so does the Three of Shells as well as the Star. The Three of Shells is a card of very much like social fun. It is a card of getting together. Of course, that is not exactly possible at this moment in time, but I want you to know that if somebody asks you to hop on a call to FaceTime them, just say yes, okay? Have fun. Cooperate with other people, kind of mingle, if you will, even if it's just online. In the Star, we have you coming to a peaceful place of healing. I see that just saying yes to what you truly want, okay, to what you really want to say yes to is the right answer within your reading, group number 3. The Hanged Man just shows me that you have to change your perspective. You can sometimes feel kind of guilty for wanting what you want and wanting to say yes to the things that you want before you say yes to what other people want, but you have to let go of that, okay? In life, nobody is going to come knocking on your door and say, thank you for putting me first. I mean, it happens very rarely, so you just gotta put yourself first in this instance. Say yes to yourself, group number 3. So group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you. I really hope that it gave you clarity. I hope that you end up doing the right thing, choosing yourself first, choosing your needs and putting them first, saying yes to you. So wherever you are in this world, I wish you an amazing day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the red Jasper, group number 4, and I want to hop straight into your reading to figure out exactly whether we're answering your question with a yes or a no. So we have not the right time as well as let go. So we're already leaning towards a no, group number 4, but this is the beginning of your reading, so stay tuned for more information, okay? So one thing that I see here is that it is not the right time right now to dwell on things from the past. You have to let go. There is baggage that is a part of this question. There is baggage that is here, that is present with you in your decision making, in your mental realms, and that is why you are so indecisive, because of this baggage, because of these things that you're struggling to let go of, group number 4. But as soon as you let go of them, you will have this sudden burst of clarity, okay? But if you cannot let go, then it is not the right time for you to even be making a decision. So it's important for you to figure out whether you're ready to let go or not, whether you're ready to forgive and move on with your life, or whether you feel more comfortable kind of still hanging on. And I know it sounds like a no-brainer, like, oh, of course I'm ready to let go. But when we're really honest with ourselves, we often realize we're actually not quite ready to let go of old baggage and old feelings because somehow they're comforting, because they are familiar to us. So having familiarity around us in our lives is always more comforting than the unknown. Here in the Nine of Shells, one thing that I see in correlation to letting go is that you just have to be grateful for what you have around you right now, and that will kind of give you the light and the inspiration to let go and move towards greater fulfillment. That is what I see in the Nine of Shells. So it's not that you shouldn't be making a yes or no decision at all. It's just that it's important for you to kind of let go of baggage, to be okay with leaving the past behind. In the Six of Shells, one thing that I see is joy, okay? One thing that I see is kind of like this feeling of emotional closeness to other beings. I see this kind of like humanitarian streak. So it's important for you to make a decision based on the greater good of everybody involved, okay? If somebody is going to end up kind of like as a loser, or somebody is going to end up unhappy, if you say yes to this decision, then it is not the right choice to make for you. We have the Page of Crystals as well as the Ace of Shells. So we have a lot of shells in here, and the Suit of Shells kind of corresponds deeply with water signs. So you may be a Scorpio, you may be a Cancerian, you know, you may be a Pisces. I see that it's important for you to not let your emotions fully take over, but to just allow them to gently guide you. If you're an emotional wreck and all over the place, you know what, I feel you, I get you. Leave a little penguin emoji down below. If that is often if you're of a water sign, I totally understand you. But that is when you have to distance yourself, from your emotions. As I can see here in the Page of Crystals, you need discipline, okay? You have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of feelings that are just all over the place, but it's just not the right time for that, okay? You have to put those things to the side just for now. You have to be disciplined when it comes to the decision making here, group number 4. Any kind of volatile feelings are not going to serve you or the outcome. Chill out, group number 4. I see that you're stressing too much. This situation, the fact that you're even here in this group watching this video, shows that relaxation is just something that needs to be prioritized. I mean, why are you stressing about this decision? Why are you so unsure? What are you worried about? Why is it that you can't find inner peace when it comes to this question for your life, for yourself? Okay, so try and focus on meditating, maybe take on yoga. There are a lot of free classes. There are also a lot of great apps that you can use. An app that I personally use that is absolutely not sponsored, I just really like this platform, is called Gaia, and it just like is one of my favorite things to watch documentaries as well as like do yoga and meditation practices, because they have a lot of guided classes on there. So that's just a little personal tip from me to you. Then we have miracles as well as forgiveness. Okay, so group number 4, your situation has to do with forgiveness. Your situation has to do with kind of not condoning anything from the past, but letting go of it and not allowing the past to make your decisions now in the present moment. Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep in mind how important that is, but let's figure out a little bit more. We have recovery as well as no. So group number 4, as we've kind of like been feeling out, been talking about within your reading, we are leaning more towards a no. You need time to recover. You need time to let go. Now is not the right time to start a new chapter. Now is not the right time to invite a new person, a new relationship, a new kind of project into your life. You need more time to yourself. You need more time to recover. You need more time to find inner peace and just relax, okay, to figure out a little bit more about yourself and what you truly want. So don't get in over your head. Don't rush into anything. Take your time, group number 4. You deserve it. So group number 4, this is a reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it insightful. Wherever you are in this world, take care of yourself, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 5, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Rose Quartz, group number 5, which is just such a gorgeous crystal. It's such a beautiful mineral. You may have chosen it because you're somebody who is a very deep lover. Okay, when you love deep and you love hard, because this is the mineral of endless love as well as friendship. But you may have also just felt drawn to it because of its appearance. Either way, let's move into your reading to figure out more about your situation. So we have big happy changes as well as if you believe. So group number 5, it's very clear here that there are big happy changes that are prepared to come into your life if you believe that you deserve them, because often we feel as though we don't deserve. Often we feel as though, oh, why me, when somebody else deserves it so much more, or somebody else has been through so much more trauma, and we kind of distance ourselves from big happy changes that could happen. We distance ourselves from possibility because deep down inside we feel like we're not deserving enough. But what does deserving enough mean? Okay, so I see that when it comes to yes or no in this question, in this situation, ask yourself, are you answering the question in a way that shows that you deserve, in a way that shows that you love and care about yourself? Or do you want to answer the question in a way that kind of puts you further away from happiness, from big changes, from opportunity, because you feel like somebody else is more in need, okay? And somebody else will always be more in need, group number 5. I can tell you that right now. With almost 8 billion people on the planet, there will always be somebody that you feel is more in need, somebody that you feel deserves it more, but that should not stop you from taking the recognition that you deserve every now and then, okay? Just having the things that you know you have kind of like worked for and earned, and that you can rightfully take if they're presented to you. Don't say no to opportunities just because you feel bad, okay? So we have like a yes situation here. Then we have ask your angels as well as improving health. I see here that in order to make the right choice, you need to ask yourself, what is the best choice for me to make for my mental health? This is one of the most important kind of aspects for you to look at in regards to your question. Are you making the right choice when it comes to your health? Are you making sure that your mental health is in a good place if you make this choice? And ask your angels, I see here that it is okay for you to ask for divine guidance. So if you feel as though, you know, just kind of meditating, praying, whatever it is that you like to do, because as you know, my channel is not a discriminative, is that even a word? I do not discriminate is what I'm trying to say, whether you're religious, spiritual, or you don't believe in any higher power whatsoever. We're all invited to the party, but sometimes you just need to kind of like put it out there, put the question out there, ask your angels, ask whatever it is that you believe in, or just, like I said, put the question out there and allow signs to kind of give you that interaction that will lead you to a yes or a no answer. But we're leaning towards a yes in your case, group number 5. We have adventures, healing chaos, we have happiness, as well as enlightenment. So group number 5, one thing that I see here within your reading is that there's a lot of excitement coming. I see as though if you answer this question with a yes, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be pushed into your life. There are adventures, okay, you will be able to have more enlightenment within your life. Happiness as well as chaos being healed. So there may be kind of like a part of your life that is very chaotic. It could even just be the space you live in, but kind of like clearing the chaos, healing the chaos, putting it into a space, or having it be in a form that feels more soothing is what I see coming for you if you answer this question with a yes, okay? So I definitely see that a yes would be beneficial in your case in the long run. In the short run, it may be a little scary, but in the long run, I see bliss. Then we have the 4 of crystals as well as the 3 of crystals. So the crystals correspond to all things that are earthly. I want you to know in the 4 of crystals that you have to kind of let go of your need to control things. You have to let go of your need to know that there is security there. And sometimes you can have this false feeling of security. Like for instance, being too afraid to start your own side hustle because you feel as though, oh, I don't want to risk not performing at my main job. So if you, for instance, are at a 9 to 5, you know, that is not something bad, but at the same time, it can give us a false sense of security, because at the end of the day, you know, jobs can be cut, and then from one moment to the next, things change. So I want you to know here in the 3 of crystals that focusing on your productivity, focusing on saying yes to opportunities is what you need right now, okay? I see here that collaborating with other people as well, if you have a friend that you would like to start a project with, think about that, or at least talk to them about it, because that can inspire you to continue pushing. Then we have the Empress as well as the 10 of crystals. So group number 5, we are really leaning towards a yes here. In the Empress, we have beauty, abundance, we have also fertility. So if you're looking into whether this is a fertile time for you, this is indeed a good time for you to look at things like conception. Of course, that does not apply to everybody. I have a male audience, I have audience that is way you know, above the age of that and way below the age of that. So don't feel as though fertility means that, oh, okay, this is something that definitely needs to be happen, and what is wrong with me? That definitely needs to happen. It is something that should be brought into consideration for those who it concerns, okay? In the Ten of Crystals, I see here that stability is what is going to come with a yes. I see that if you say yes to this situation, in the long run, you will be able to gain more financial stability, more kind of material stability, if you will, and come to a point where you feel like, okay, everything is coming together. I don't need to worry so much about my finances. I don't need to worry so much about my career or my health. I am on the right track. So we're definitely leaning towards a yes with your reading group number 5. So I hope this gave you clarity as well as some peace of mind. Let me know down in the comment section what hit home for you. If you made it to the end of your reading, leave a little rose emoji down below to let me know. And group number 5, wherever you are in this world, I hope that you're taking care of yourself, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos.